Hey guys, it's Barb from Cruise Savvy. So I'm officially at the point where my next cruise is just a couple weeks away. And if you cruise, you know exactly what happens now. You start thinking about what you're gonna pack. You check your app approximately 47 times a day. You watch all the ship tours, but even though you already know about the ship, you still want to look at the ship again. And suddenly, that cruise that felt so far away is almost here. But there are a few things I'd like to get done in these next couple weeks, so I'm not so stressed out the night before the cruise. And I thought, well, maybe I'll show you and take you along with me so you can see exactly what I do to get ready for my cruise. And even if your cruise isn't tomorrow or in a couple weeks, save this video because you might want to look back on it when your cruise approaches just to have a couple reminders that's going to help you get ready. So let's go. Help me get ready to sail. Okay, first, yes, I am constantly checking my cruise app on my phone or my cruise planner online. And I know I'm not the only one. At this point before a cruise, I just want to make sure everything looks right. My reservations are there, my dining information is correct, all packages and excursions are showing up. Maybe look at my boarding information and I print that out. And I start looking to see what else has appeared for my sailing. Cruise lines continue to add information as you get closer to your departure. So something that wasn't available the last time you looked might suddenly show up. That might be entertainment, dining activities, theme nights. As a matter of fact, I just got an email from Royal Caribbean, let me show it to you here, that I was outlining all of my theme nights for this upcoming cruise. And this is when I can't help myself. I have got to start exploring the ship again. Even if I've sailed on this ship before, I like to just remind myself of where things are. Where's the main dining room? Where do I go for specialty coffee? Where are my specialty dining restaurants? Obviously, these are important questions, right? And if you're sailing on a ship you've never sailed before, I really recommend doing a little homework before your embarkation day. No, you don't need to memorize the entire ship, but just knowing where a few key places are is going to help you feel a little more at ease and be able to navigate a little smoother as you get on. Next, I'm looking at everything I've already purchased for my cruise. Yep. The drink package, the internet, specialty dining, those excursions, anything that I may have prepaid for. Because just because I bought something months ago doesn't mean I'm never going to look at it again. I want to know, what did I actually buy? Because when you book things so far in advance, it's surprisingly how easy it is to forget about it. Oh yeah, apparently 6 months ago, Barb decided that we needed that. I take a look at the current prices because depending on your cruise line and what you purchased, there may be opportunities to cancel and rebook if the price drops. But always check the cancellation rules before you do that. And here's something else. Don't buy something just because the cruise line puts this big banner and it calls it a sale. Look at the actual price. That's what actually matters. If you've been watching your cruise planner for months, you probably already have a pretty good idea what a good price looks like. Next up, ports. I get pretty serious about excursions. A few months before I cruise, I tend to think, oh, we have plenty of time to figure that out. Well, actually you don't. So I start looking at every port and trying to decide what we actually want to do. Who am I cruising with? Is there a ship excursion? Do I want to do something independently? Do we just want to walk around the port? Is it a beach day? Or are we staying on the ship? And by the way, staying on the ship can be fantastic. Everyone gets off, the ship gets quiet, and you might actually get a pool chair. It's like you won the cruise lottery. The other thing is to look at the port schedule. What time are you arriving and what time are you leaving? But most importantly, what is the all aboard time? Because the departure time and the all aboard time are not the same thing. Whatever you decide to do in port, you want to make sure that you've got plenty of time to get back to the ship. Because this is one Cruise Savvy video I don't want to make. How I watched the ship sail away without me. Travel documents. Boring, but important. Now, I've got a pile of mine right here. And these are one of those things that I would much rather check now than discover a problem the day before the cruise. So your passport or whatever other documentations that you're requiring to get on the ship, you want to make sure that you have them and ready to go. If you're flying to your cruise ship, make sure you have your flight information, hotel information, and a little tip. I know that you guys have probably all printed out your luggage tags for your cruise before, but if you are flying, don't put them on your bags then. Wait until you get to your port destination and then put your luggage tags on for the cruise, because more than likely your airline's going to rip them off. And then you're going to have to find the porter to get your luggage tags put back on. You want to check all your excursion confirmations. So I'm actually taking an excursion that is not booked through the cruise line. So I always print that out. I know in this world of digital media, you shouldn't have to print everything out. I do, only because I like to have a backup in case something's wrong with my phone. I lose my phone. I can't get connected to get my information. I have a hard copy. That's just my personal preference, but you do what makes you comfortable. Then the packing starts, sort of. I'm not completely packing my suitcase several weeks early. I'm excited, but I'm not that excited. But I do start putting together what I call a cruise pile. Anything that I know that I'm going to be taking on the cruise that I don't use every single day, I start laying aside in a little pile. All those cruise-friendly accessories. As a matter of fact, I have a little bag that I keep in my closet that is full of all of those things. And I usually just dig through that again and make sure I really want to take all of it, or can I narrow it down just a little bit on this cruise? The reason I start getting this stuff together now, if it comes to mind, such as sunscreen, Bonine for seasickness, swimsuits, those types of things, if I don't put it in the pile now, I might forget it. Also, it's a good time to look at your cruise line's prohibited list because it changes. So just because you may have taken a cruise a month ago doesn't mean that that list is the same today. So always look at that list to make sure you're not one that's going to be pulled out of the line, or your bag doesn't arrive until very late that night because it had to go through the scanners and security and then they confiscated something. So don't be that person. Cruise line rules change all the time. So I would just make sure that you take a look at that. I take a look at that before we pack our bags. Let's talk about your outfits. You know, I say it every time, I'm not going to overpack. And this is probably personally my biggest challenge. I even came up with my own packing strategy, which I did an entire video on. I have packing labels that are free for you. If you just want to download them, go check out that video. But I still struggle, even with my own advice. My friends are using it and they love it, but I still tend to overpack. I might only be going away for 8 days, but I pack like I'm going away for 2 months. So now I need to start thinking realistically. How many items do I really need? How many dinners do we have? How many formal nights do we have? What am I wearing during the day? Do I have an excursion that requires me to wear a bathing suit and something over it? Are there theme nights? We just looked at that email that I got. I think we have like 4 or 5 different themes this cruise, which is unusual. And they're not all the same that I had in the past. I mean, I'm used to 70s night or 80s night, white night. This cruise is having a Western night, a Latin night. But I'm not going to pack cowboy boots. Come on, Royal Caribbean. How heavy do you want my luggage to be? I'm already overweight half the time. So I do have cowboy boots, but I'm not going to bring them on the cruise. I have a cowboy hat, and I was just talking to one of my friends on how to pack this cowboy hat, and we decided we're going to turn it upside down, pack things inside of it so it doesn't get smashed. But it's funny because once you get home and you unpack, you realize you didn't even wear 3/4 of what you've taken. So I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to follow my own advice, and we're going to see how that goes. The next thing is, and I'm not going to harp on it because I've done many videos, and as a matter of fact, the last couple videos we talked about it, is your embarkation day carry-on. But this one is really important. So I start thinking about what really needs to stay with me when I board the ship. Because once I hand over my suitcase to the porter, I'm not going to see it again for several hours. So anything that I might need that I cannot be without until later that evening, maybe sometimes even after dinner, just depends, you want to keep in that carry-on bag. So anything that you cannot be without should not be put in your check suitcase. Put it in your carry-on. And I, again, will hit this list quickly. All of your boarding documents, your identification, your medication. If you're bringing valuables, carry it with you. Any of your electronics, carry it with you. Anything that you need before that luggage arrives to your room. And if you're planning on getting in the pool right away, throw your swimsuit in your carry-on. I always think to myself, hey, if my suitcase didn't show up until after dinner, what would I really have wished I kept with me? And that's what I put in my carry-on bag. The other thing that I kind of go over, and it's not exciting, is the logistics of everything. How am I getting to the port? Where am I parking? If I'm flying, which airport? If I'm staying at a hotel, do I have that hotel information? How am I getting from the airport to the hotel to the cruise ship? So my children are going to be flying down and meeting me at the cruise port for the first time. Usually we all go together. They're a little older now. They should be able to take care of themselves, but I kind of let them handle things. But in the background, I'm watching. Did they make their arrangements from the airport to the hotel? Do they have transportation, in other words? Can they get themselves from the hotel to the cruise port in the morning to meet me? Oh, and yeah, when we get back from our cruise, did they remember to book a Uber or a rideshare to get them back to the airport because they're not coming home with me? You know, typically they have me on travel day and I'm the one that takes care of everything. This time they're on their own. I don't want to be standing there the morning of the cruise thinking, does everybody know how to get to the ship? No, cruise morning should be exciting. Not an episode of The Amazing Race. I also start thinking about what I don't want to plan. That might surprise you. I deliberately don't plan every minute of my cruise. I know we have spreadsheets for this. Breakfast is at 8:05. Trivia is at 9:12. We're going to go to the pool from 10 to 12. Lunch, then nap. Then we're going to have a cocktail. We're going to see a show. Oh yeah. Then we're going to go to dinner and then have a second cocktail. And if that's how you like to cruise, that is totally fine. But you need to leave room for things to happen. Some of my favorite cruise moments happen when I didn't plan anything. Finding a musician that you really like, sitting somewhere with an incredible view, meeting new people, discovering something on the ship that I didn't know existed, or just doing nothing at all. You're on vacation, I'm going on vacation. We don't need to optimize every single minute. Or you're going to need a vacation from your vacation. Trust me, I've done it. And then there's my cruise savvy list. Of course, my cruise preparation is a little bit different than yours because I'm thinking about you guys. Before I sail, I am thinking about the things I need to film when I'm on the trip so I can come home and share them with you. What questions have you guys been asking me? What ship haven't I shown yet? What has changed on this ship? What do I wish somebody would have told me before the cruise? Are there rooms, restaurant, entertainment venues, or little hidden spots that people like you want to see? So if there are, I'm going on the allure of the seas. Drop me a note and I will be sure to include that in the next video when I come back. And if I don't plan something when I get home, I realized, oh no, I forgot to film that. I am very excited to get back on board because it means you're going to see a whole lot of new cruise savvy content coming your way. And then when we get into those final few days, that's when everything starts coming together. You know, you'll finish packing, again, double check, triple check those documents, charge all of your equipment, download anything if you need it to be available offline, check the weather, confirm your transportation, and do one last look at that cruise app. And then we're going cruising. So that's where I am right now. The countdown is officially on and I'm definitely getting excited. But now I want to know about you. When is your next cruise? Are we talking days, weeks, months, or are you just now shopping for your cruise? Put your final countdown in the comments below because I really would love to see where everyone is headed. And if you're cruising soon, make sure you subscribe. I have lots of new cruise content coming out once I get on board. And if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button, like the video. It really helps you to know that cruisers like you enjoy cruise savvy. So until next time, happy sailing.
to cue the music.
Good morning, everybody. I'm your cruise director here. It's official. It's time for the Coco K song. Here we go.
Cue the music.